let's start off by talking about Salley, because that's how the episode started, which was way different than we've seen any other premiere start off. What was going on there? Did you expect that at all? And did you know how to handle it? Because I guess you can't really prepare for something like that, but were you taken aback?
Yeah, I was taken aback. I opened the door and I see her and I'm like, what is this? Like, am I being pranked? Like, where's Ashton Kutcher? What's going on here? Like, I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I quickly, as I like opened the door and I see her, I was like, okay, I'm guessing this is one of the women, because for one, how is some, beautiful woman showing up at my doorstep? Like, clearly there has to be some connection here. So, having her come inside, I was really just being reactive at that point, I think, because I wasn't expecting that, right? Like, I was expecting to meet the women night one out of the limos. And so game time appeared at my doorstep, before I thought it was actually going to happen. And I had to quickly switch into like, okay, guess what? Night one just started. So you better be on your game and be able to work through this one. And I was not expecting her to drop what she did on me. It was a lot.
It was a lot. And, we only got to see a brief moment of it. Did you get to actually talk to her a little bit more? Because for us, it was like, it appears they've said 3 words to each other and he's like, you're amazing, you have to stay.
I know the way that listen, like they can only show so much, right? I mean, like, because you have a 2-hour episode to show that, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny because people I was reading online, they're like, she's like, I was previously engaged, and I'm like, and then also it cuts to me, I'm like, you know what? Like, I can tell she's very genuine. I want to give you this rose. And people are like, whoa, dude, what the? All he's seeing is her looks. No, like, we talked and had really good conversation, okay? But people have to understand, like, they can show it. They don't have all day to show it, right? Yeah. They have to show what they hit the main points. And she was what I thought was a very, kind-hearted woman that, yes, like, she was in her head and struggling, and rightfully so. If you were going to get married on that day, I imagine like that, those feelings would have come rushing back up, even after she might have subdued them prior. And so for me, I was like, you know what? Let me just, if I give her a rose, like, she can kind of relax night one, and maybe after a few days, that mentality will change. That was my thought. And I was like, you know what? If it doesn't, then we can go our separate ways. So I didn't see it as like, I'm locking in, I give her this rose, that means she's going all the way. It was just like, hey, like, stay a few more days. Like, let's just see if we can maybe get these emotions under control.
When she left, like, what was your headspace like? Like, were you still looking forward to starting the journey, or were you like, oh boy, our one's already gone? Like, what is this? Is this a bad sign for how the rest of it's gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment where I was like, all right, 0 for 1.
Yeah,
I'm doing great. But maybe if I can just keep 10 at this point around, I'll be hanging in there. But there was that moment, yeah, of course, where I think, being human, you're like, all right, well, there goes 1. So I definitely, it was a gut check. I was humbled right off the bat. And I think for me, I realized, okay, could I have done anything differently? I don't know if I could have. Maybe I could have said things a little differently. You start playing this whole game, but I realized, I'm like, you need to lock back in, because now you have 29 other women, right, that are going to be coming out of these limos. And if you're in your head, you're not going to be able to be yourself.
Yeah. I feel like we saw a lot of things happen for the first time, or what seems like the first time, last night. Salley being one of them, another one being Claire, who was telling the other women there that she hates you and that it wasn't the vibe and she doesn't like you and all of that. And you, I think, handled it very well. We were waiting to see, oh, is he going to like her even more now? It's like a challenge. She hates him. Guys like that, they like love a crazy
Everybody
girl.
Wants to,
right,
yeah,
but
no,
you were like, I got to walk this girl right out. What was your reaction to when the women in the house started telling you that? Because I feel like in past seasons, we see a pattern of like snitching, or people are telling on other people. How did you feel about that?
Well, my big thing, and I echoed it all throughout, the season, was I said, I value transparency, honesty, communication. Like, I need that in a relationship. Those are like all at the top of my list. And so I had echoed that so many times, I think even with the first night, as I was talking to each woman. So when Serene came to me, it was like, thank you. Like, this is what I need, because I'm not around 24/7. I'm not in those rooms. So I'm going to be like, the stories will be built around what I'm told. And yeah, I'm going to see a lot this season. I'm sure, like, I had people tell me, but I wasn't aware of. And it was like their version of the story. Was it the accurate version? That I will now find out with everybody else. But to hear that she was saying she hated me night one, I'm like, that's a strong word. The words matter. If you're saying hate night one, major red flag. And for me, I was like, there's no reason to even try to continue this connection. Like, I'm done. If you're telling me you hate me night one, I can only go downhill from here.
Yeah, and you know, this is a television show, so you were able to watch it back, and there it is, her just talking to all the other women. So you can see that was definitely the right choice. But you have some absolutely stunning girls who all seem so great, and we had some great limo entrances, and you seemed really into it. What were the ones that really stood out to you?
Well, I mean, Teddy did. Obviously, that's why she got the first impression rose. She just, like, when she stepped out, I was instantly captivated by her beauty. That was the thing that really, it's like whatever she said. I mean, then she made her little joke about being a teddy bear. And I thought it was just so innocent and sweet. And our conversation just flowed really well. She's so easy to talk to. So she stood out for that. I also loved Marlena's entrance. You know, I thought it was absolutely hilarious when she threw the flag on me. Yeah. And that was just, again, like, people are going to see with Marlena, she does not lack confidence. And that's what's so attractive about her, amongst other things as well. But that one stood out to me. I loved it. I thought it was just like, again, I look for somebody who has a great sense of humor. And I think that one won me over big time.